Happy Grizzly Fest 2020! That's right, the special week is here. Welcome inside Studio 5. Glad to have everybody aboard. If this is the first time you're seeing our beautiful new studio, please be sure to hit the subscribe button below on this YouTube channel. And if this is the first time hearing about Grizzly Fest, be sure to start following these social media accounts for this weekend's schedule of events and activities. It's going to be a ton of fun for this year's 100% online homecoming event. Also, we would like to invite our GGC Athletics Grizzlies, former Grizzlies, once a Grizzly, always a Grizzly, but our former student athletes here at GGC, get involved. There's an athletics mixer. There's all sorts of events online all weekend long. Again, follow those social media accounts. You must register for it to get those invites, but it's welcome to all of our Grizzlies. Also, we would like to invite you all to keep up with Chase Hodges and GGC men's and women's tennis this weekend in Rome, Georgia at the ITA Oracle Cup as the Grizzlies compete for national championships.
Go Grizz!
Go Grizz, that's right. Be sure to log on to ggcathletics.com for the complete schedule and draw and follow the Grizzlies' journey toward another national championship. Get daily updates on social media as well. Go Grizzlies. Looking forward to them competing this weekend. As for us and our 100% alumni edition of the Grizzly Growl Show, we have a very professional guest coming up next here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Welcome to GGC Athletics. You are looking at the beautiful Grizzly Athletics Complex, home of the championship-winning Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Completed in 2013, the two-story, 25,000 square foot main athletics building, the Grizzly Athletics Complex comes alive over 300 days a year with team competitions in addition to youth clinics and premier showcases attracting visitors from all over the world. For more information on our first-class facility, visit our facilities page at ggcathletics.com. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Studio 5. I am so excited about our special guest here today. We go way back down at the GGC soccer facility. He's an alumni now and a shining example of what a Grizzly is out in our community. He's a two-time all-conference player, three-time conference champion, NAIA All-American, and GGC's all-time leader in assists. My good friend Jack Gurr. Jack, how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having me.
Did I miss anything on the introduction there?
No, it was perfect. It made it sound good, yeah.
Is there a Twitter handle we'll put on the screen?
No, that's all right. It's all right.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Doing really well. Obviously, it's been a big year for me with Atlanta, and obviously with the COVID, it's good just to play. You know what I mean? Obviously, I didn't think I'd be playing. But overall, under the circumstances, I'm doing well.
Grizzly Fest is going on right now. It's all virtual, so it's a 100% alumni episode here on the Grizzly Growl Show, and that's why we wanted to invite you on the show. So in true homecoming fashion, as everyone reminisces and tells stories, what's your, right out of the gate here, your favorite memory at GGC?
I think for me is, I thought about this one for a while, and for me it's actually making the last sight, you know, like making nationals in my last season, because I feel like we had great teams all the year, like from the start to the end, but we never, you know, we weren't able to get that far. And the way we went out against Thomas my third year is kind of like, I scored that goal. That was probably the best goal. I don't know how it went in, but scored 3 goals away from home, and you'd think that would be enough against any other team to go through the nationals, but unfortunately it wasn't. And just the way we went out that year just made it very special the next year when we were able to go the next step. And I think for me, like soccer wise, that was probably it. Trips wise, I think Denver, when we went to Denver, was just unbelievable experience, and just, you know, one of the experiences you have when you come to a place like GGC. Going back to the timeline, you graduate in 2017, the year we go to the quarterfinals in Delray Beach, and then here we are today. Now you're wearing different colors and a different logo and a different shield on your shirt. So let's talk about how did you get hooked up with Atlanta United to get that first tryout in that training session? I think, to be honest, it was Deku when he set up. I think it was my sophomore year. He set up for Tony Annan, the academy director, to come in and have a chat with us. And obviously, I knew of him, but I'd never met him before. But I knew obviously of him because we're from the same place back home. So I think that was the first time I was really open to, like, all right, like, there might be a path here where I could go professional, you know what I mean? Because when I first came over, there wasn't really a clear path of like, all right, you can go here and then you can go there. So I think that was when I thought, all right, I could have a chance here. And it was basically out of the blue that Sharpie went to Gateshead, I followed him to Gateshead. Sharpie came here, I followed him here. Sharpie goes to Atlanta and I follow. You can't get rid of us, do you know what I mean? It's like, but I just text Tony out of the blue, and I might even got his number off Sharpie and just said, look, like, you know who I am now. Obviously from the meeting in college, and would there be any chance of a trial? And it was basically just hoping he'd give us the opportunity, and he said, look, I'll see what I can do and try and get you like a week's trial. And obviously I went in, and obviously Sharpie's the goalkeeping coach, so obviously I seen him and just tried as hard as I could, and the 1 week turned into 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and then because I was local and it worked out, I ended up staying on trial for like 3 months. So I was training with, I felt like I was part of the team before I was even in the team, and at the end, they offered us a professional contract, which, I mean, for me, like, I've lived in this city for nearly 6 years now, so it's kind of like a second home, So I can't really explain how much it means to us to play for Atlanta coming from GGC.
Pretty cool. And I know on December 5th is when you actually signed that contract. Yeah. What was that like? I know you got family back home that were with you in spirit. Yeah. You had some friends here. How did you try to enjoy that day?
Yeah, I mean, it was brilliant. It's a moment I've dreamed for forever. You know what I mean? Like I say, I've been rejected a lot back home, and you've just got to keep going and going and going, and persevering with what you believe. You got to just trust your own ability. And when that day came, it's just unbelievable. It's like, for me and my family, it was just, I know how proud they are of me, and I just couldn't believe it. Really, it took a few weeks to settle in, and and kind of be like, all right, now I need to push on again.
And then I remember seeing the publication from Atlanta United, and I'm like, it can happen. It is going to happen. There's more coming too.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing for me. Obviously, like I say, going back to my other point, you don't have to go to one of these big Division 1 schools to be, given the opportunity. Like, to be the first one is something I'm very proud of. Do you know what I mean? It just shows that, like, other clubs that are looking for players, they could see that name now, GGC, and recognize it just from, what's happened. So, like, to help the program and the university, like, as much as I can, is everything that I want to do. And obviously, it's very proud being the first professional player to come from this place.
Give us some insight. What's it like to be a professional soccer player? I mean, what's that daily regimen like? I think there's a fictitious belief that, you're sleeping on clouds and you're eating the best breakfast, but there's a grind to it.
No, yeah, to be honest, it's like, some of my mates play professional back home, and obviously you didn't really know what they mean about, like, until you're actually in the same position yourself. And like, we'll get up early, we'll go have breakfast, you'll train, and then say if we have a double day, you'll go back to rest and you come back again to train. But if not, then obviously you'll have lunch and there's gym after that, and just like the games, people think like, oh, it's
you just show
it's
up
brilliant being a professional, but it's a lot of hard work. It's stressful, and like, obviously traveling for the games, like, we're never on the same clock. You know what I mean? You're sleeping all over the place. But obviously, I wouldn't change it for anything else in the world. This is what I want to do. But yeah, it's not all as pretty as everyone says it is.
Well, patience prevails, and you started in all 16 games for Atlanta United 2, their USL team, their development team, and you had 21 successful crosses. Yeah. And for your position in the entire league, it's one of the highest marks. Yeah. You had a couple of assists too, and in true Jack Gurr fashion, a rocket of a goal versus Miami. Yeah. I will say that when I saw the goal, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. Yeah. But I did have to watch the replay and go, he hit that with his right foot. Yeah. That's we're not just seeing the rockets from the left side for you. Yeah. But that missile.
And the cameraman, he'd sacked as well. If that was Mahony, he wouldn't have missed that. So that's the only shot I took like that.
It was upper 92 as well.
And he changed the camera angle before I hit it. So, I mean, you couldn't write it, to be honest. Like, honestly, coming in, obviously, I didn't know what the professional environment was. Obviously, it's my first year. So, like, mine and my family's goal was just to play every game, to be in the starting line of every game. And to come out at the end of the season and create the most chances in the league from my position out of any player is, like, I couldn't ask for anything more. You know what I mean? Like, that's a great first season for me, but obviously there's still a lot to build on and a lot to improve. So I'm just excited for next season now.
You mentioned the mental side of being a professional. Physically, you've got gifts, you've got tools, and you're learning and growing those. How has GGC soccer prepared you for being a professional?
Yeah, and this was one I was thinking about as well. And to be honestly, probably not like soccer related at all. Like I say, when I first came here, I wouldn't say I had an attitude problem, but I could have been more mature. Do you know what I mean? Like I butt heads a lot with Deku, and the way they transferred me to Atlanta is probably more as a person. So I wouldn't even say it's like soccer related. It's, you know, he always bangs on about when you come in as a kid and you leave as a man, you know what I mean? And I'm just 17 coming in, fresh off the plane, just Deku, just let us play. You know what I mean? Just, you know, I'm not bothered about anything like that. But honestly, it's like something either clicked or the last 2 years where I really changed my mentality and thought, you know, there could be something for me here. And that's what I thank them for the most out of everything, not even soccer related. I just say that the difference in person of me when I first came, it was when I left, is just, that's shaped my life, you know what I mean? And it's changed me as a person, which has evidently helped us the way I look at everything now.
That's awesome. Well, we're so proud of you, Jack. Your season just got over with A2, so you're kind of in this weird influx. Being in the USL, MLS is still playing. Give us an idea of what's next for you. What's on the horizon?
The next thing for me is just personally is just to reach the highest level that I can. You know what I mean? And like I said, you never know what's going to happen with the first team or you know, injuries or whatever. It's just try and prove that I should be, you know, in the top team, and just working as hard as I can to be able to get at that level. And that's all I'm trying to do. Obviously, like I say, this season we played. Our team was the youngest team in the USL. We've got like 15, 16-year-old kids playing. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm 24. If I go to any other team, I'm probably one of the youngest players. But in this team, I'm like one of the old figureheads, you know. So it's kind of adopted that role. But I believe in the system that they do, and I believe in like what they're trying to do with the kids and everyone else. And for me, just play as well as I can, as well as help the younger lads as well as I can, and try and see where I can go from here, see how high I can go, and see how much I can improve.
Well, it goes without saying, we are your biggest fans, we're your biggest supporters. You do us proud every single day and everything you do, and want to wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for being on the show here today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been great, and obviously any time to come back to GGC, it's a great memory.
Absolutely looking forward to it. You're going to see more of Jack in the future on the Grizzly Digital Network here. More on that later on, but for now, we enjoy Grizzly Fest here with Jack Gurr, GGC men's soccer alumni. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have a new segment for you on the other side of this here on the Grizzly Growl Show on the Grizzly Digital Network.
You're proudly displaying your GGC degree in a frame on a wall. We want to say thank you. Thank you for your dedication, hard work, and commitment to Georgia Gwinnett College. You are the few, the proud, the Grizzly graduates.
Welcome back to the Grizzly Growl Show, a very special alumni-only episode here on this wonderful Grizzly Fest 2020. And so we wanted to take this opportunity for you Grizzlies on the other side of the screen to reminisce about the wonderful times and memories that you'll have forever here at Georgia Gwinnett College. Of course, there's the first game that you competed wearing the Grizzly uniform. There's a wonderful, funny road trip story that you might have. Even winning the AI championships, there's senior day, celebrating after the opening round victory, going to the World Series at the final site, and then, of course, winning those national championships here at GGC. And then finally, there's that very special moment you'll never forget when you met your soulmate. That's right, GGC Athletics bringing people together forever in a new segment we call Grizzly Weddings, where Grizzlies married other Grizzlies. Check it out. Congratulations once again to those Grizzlies. We are so proud in each and every one of you as you tote that GGC alumni flag in your respective communities. Big thanks to Jack Gurr for being on the show here today. We are huge fans and supporters of him, as well as our local MLS club, Atlanta United. We're also big fans of the Office of Alumni. They worked countless hours to put on this week's virtual homecoming event known as Grizzly Fest 2020. Big shout out and thanks to them as well. Get involved, get active, get online, sign up for those events. It's going to be a ton of fun all weekend long. Grizzly Fest 2020. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. That'll do it for us here. It's a great day to be a Grizzly. So long, everybody.